Scrooge sat busy in his counting house.
Scrooge doesn't have legs crossed.
What? Merry Christmas, Scrooge. Uncle. It was the voice of Scrooge's nephew.
Bah, humbug.
A Christmas? A humbug, Uncle? You don't mean that, I'm sure.
I do. Apropos Merry Christmas. If I had my will, every idiot who goes about Merry Christmas on his lips should be boiled in his own pudding. He should.
Cool.
Nephew, keep Christmas in your own way and let me keep it in mine.
Keep it, but don't keep it.
Let me leave it alone then. Much good will it do you. Much good has it ever done you.
I just have always thought of Christmas as a good time, a kind, forgiving, charitable, pleasant time. And therefore, Uncle, although it's never put a gold or silver in my pocket, I believe that it's done me good, and it will do me good, and I say, God bless it!
Good afternoon.
I'll give my Christmas here to last, so Merry Christmas, Uncle.
Good afternoon.
Happy New Year!
Good afternoon.
His nephew left the room without an angry word, but the clerk, in letting Scrooge's nephew out, had let two other people in. At this festive season at the year, Mr. Scrooge, we shall make some slight provision for the poor and destitute, who suffer greatly at the present time. A few of us are endeavoring to make a fund, to buy the course of meat, drink, and meats of one. What shall I put you down for?
Nothing.
You wish to be anonymous?
I wish to be left alone. Since you asked me what I wish, gentlemen, that is my answer. I don't make myself merry at Christmas time, and I can't afford to make idle people merry either. I help to support the prisons and the workhouses. They cost enough, and those who are badly off must go there.
Many can't go there, and many would rather die.
If they'd rather die, they better do it.
The hour of shutting up the counting house arrived. His melancholy dinner in his usual melancholy tavern and went home to bed. Now it is a fact that there was nothing at all particular about the knocker on the door of this house, except that it was very large, and yet Scrooge, having his key in the lock of the door, saw in the knocker not a knocker, but Marley's face. Marley's face, with the dismal light about it, like a bad lobster in a dark cellar. As Scrooge looked at this, it was a knocker again. He said,
Bah, humbug!
And closed the door with a... The sound resounded through the house like thunder. Every room above and every cask in the wine merchant's cellars below appeared to have a separate peal of echoes of its own. Scrooge was not a man to be frightened by echoes. He fastened the door and walked across the hall and up the stairs. Up Scrooge went, not caring a button for it being very dark. Darkness is cheap, and Scrooge liked it. Quite satisfied, he closed his door and locked himself in. Double locked himself in, which was not his custom. Thus, secured against surprise, he put on his dressing gown and slippers and his nightcap and sat down before the very low fire to take his gruel. As he threw his head back in the chair, his glance happened upon a bell, a disused bell that hung in the room. It was with great astonishment and with a strange dread that, as he looked, he saw this bell begin to swing. It rang out loudly. And so did every bell in the house. This was succeeded by a clanking noise. Deep down below, as if some person were dragging a heavy chain over the casks in the wine merchant's cellars. Then he heard the noise much louder, on the floors below. Then coming up the stairs. Then coming straight towards his door. It came on through the heavy door, and the specter passed into the room before his eyes.
What do you want from me? Much. Who are you?
Ask me who I was.
Who were you then?
In life, I was your partner, Jacob Marley.
The ghost sat down on the opposite side of the fireplace, as if he were quite used to it.
You do not believe in me.
I don't.
Why do you doubt your senses?
Because little thing affects them. You may be a bit of undigested beef, a blot of mustard, a crumb of cheese, or a fragment of underdone potato. There's more gravy than a grave about you, whatever you are.
The spirit raised a frightful cry.
Mercy, dreadful aberration. Why do spirits walk the earth, and why do they come to me?
It is required of every man that the spirit in him should walk among his fellow men and travel far and wide. If that spirit goes not forth in life, it is condemned to do so after death. I cannot stay. I cannot linger. I cannot rest anywhere. In life, my spirit never walked beyond our cabin house. Mark me! In life, my spirit never rode beyond our money changing hole, and weary journeys lie before me.
Scrooge was very much dismayed to hear the specter going on at this rate, and began to quake exceedingly.
I am here tonight to warn you that you have yet a chance and hope of escaping my fate. You will be haunted by 3 spirits. Expect the first tomorrow night. When the bell tolls 1, expect the second on the next night. At the same hour, expect the third on the next night. When the last stroke of 12 has ceased to vibrate, hope to see me no more.
Nice.
Scrooge tried to say humbug, but stopped at the first syllable. And being, from the emotion he had undergone, or the fatigues of the day, or his glimpse of the invisible world, or the conversation of the ghost, or the lateness of the hour, he went straight to bed, without undressing, and fell asleep on the instant.
The